appreciate everybody being here. I think we're making our way into the Ncaa National Championship meet. Everybody's really excited about it. This is one of the largest groups that this program's ever taken out to Eugene. We've been actually working through some good problems this week, like getting a bus and all of that stuff. All of our goals are still out in front of us. Our team goals that we discussed earlier this season were the men should be finishing somewhere in the top 10, top 15. The women, their goal is to finish in the top 25. So those goals are still out in front of us, and now we actually have the bullets and the puzzle pieces in place to make that a possibility. So it's a lofty goal. It's not going to be anything easily done, but if we are able to accomplish it, it'll be something that'll be historic for this program.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure a lot of these guys have competed there before, but a lot haven't. So, just what does it mean to play or to compete on that such a historic and well-known venue like Eugene, with so many people in the crowd watching from all over the place?
Yeah, I mean it's one of the big goals for all collegiate track and field athletes that's in the Division I ranks. With Eugene kind of being the staple of collegiate athletics as far as track and field is concerned. The opportunity to go and compete at such a historic venue, that's also where the 2022 World Championships were. People from this program had a lot of success at the 2022 World Championships. Marco Rope got bronze there. I believe Anderson Peters won there in 2022. So it's a historic place. It's a place that we've been able to have a lot of success in the years. So we're hoping that we can capture some of that magic and accomplish our goals this year.
So many kids, like 17, I think that's what I counted.
Yes.
Just talk about just the camaraderie and the closeness of this team. Be able to travel with that many has to be a good kinship kind of thing.
Oh, absolutely, man. It feels good, for the coaches and for those student athletes. It's been a long year. It's been a long, hard year. We've gone through a lot of peaks. We've gone through some valleys. And for us to be at the end of our season and still be peaking, it shows that these coaches have done a great job of developing these student athletes, and it shows that the student athletes have done a great job of keeping themselves healthy, keeping themselves fresh mentally and physically, and making themselves available throughout the year. So it's a lot of hard work is gone into this. I don't think people really pay close enough attention to the amount of work that goes into being successful as a collegiate track and field athlete. If you think about it, we've been training since September, and we're not going into our national championship meet until the middle of June. So it's been long, it's been hard, it's been a lot of hard work, it's been a lot of training, it's been literal blood, sweat, and tears. It's been shouting matches, it's been hugs, and everything in between. So anything that you can imagine with a group as big as ours, we carry over 70 student athletes, and to bring about a quarter of the team to the national championship meet in an individual sport shows that we're making huge strides in the right direction, and the program is doing what I expected it to be doing in year 5, which is making leaps and bounds on both sides, doubling our numbers at the national championship meet, putting us in position to be a top 10, top 25 team every single year. That's the goal.
The throwers in particular performed real well at the regional meet. Can you say about some sort of the way that they've grown up during the season and competed really well under with Coach Thomas?
Yeah, so I think that's a testament to Coach April Thomas and all of the hard work that she's been putting in over the years. We had a new addition to the coaching staff. He's a former student athlete, Trent Zeldin, and he's been assisting Coach April with the throws this year. And I don't think it's a coincidence that when Coach April and Coach Trent, they put their minds together, we've had one of our best historical years in that part of the team, the throws area. So just the show that they were able to put on in Lexington last week was incredible. Again, I think that's a testament to the hard work that those student athletes have been putting in, and the mental fortitude that Coach April and Coach Trent have been putting into those student athletes. It's never easy to go to a regional championship and qualify every single student athlete that you take as a coach. For that group to be able to accomplish such a goal is an amazing feat. And the one thing that we did talk about before we left the regional meet is that we wanted everybody to celebrate the successes that we had at the regional meet. But as soon as we started this week, that we were going to erase that, put it behind us, and put all of our focus and all of our energy towards scoring points at the national championship meet. And I trust that that group is going to be able to follow through on that, because they've shown that they've been able to do that last week over in Lexington. So I'm excited to see the performances that they're going to put on next week.
Well, Coach, just talk about, just bounce off the last question Coach Woods there. Just, I know you're awful proud of your group and what they were able to do at regionals. Just talk about their progress.
It's like Coach Wood said, it has definitely been a long year. I'm proud of these guys because usually typically around this time, since they have been training since the beginning of August, shall I say, to be able to withstand, all the trauma, the being tired, the long days between academics and then having to come to practice and study hall and stuff like that, to be able to not have any. I'm not going to say they are tired, but just not be burnt out by the time they get to this part of the season. So I'm very proud of the guys and girls to be able to withstand this long. But with that, they hunkered down. They understood the bottom line, the end goal, which is to make it to the national championship meet, and then be able to not only just make it there, but also score some points for the team so they hit that All-American status. So I'm very proud of everyone for being able to do that.
You've been known kind of as javelin. You've been able to add shot put, discus a little bit.
Yeah.
It's nice to add those pokes.
Yeah, absolutely. To have JAVU continue for the throws good to carry the load, but also now they got some company. They kind of can breathe a little bit, and all of it is not on them.
Yeah, what does this time of year sort of look like for your group, knowing that obviously they're worn out from a long year, but they're also really excited going for the biggest meet of the year at a venue that sort of everyone dreams of competing at.
I think they caught their second win because now they know that we've made it to the national championship meet. Now they're in it. They're going to be competing with the best of the best. They also have been training all year to get to this moment and to this point, and for everybody to be lined up and be able to get the job done on that day. I think they're ready. They're prepared. That's what they're trained for all year to get the job done. So I think once they get on that stage, it's like no one's your friend at that point. Everybody's out there to try to score a point or win and become All-Americans, but at that point, they're not friends. They're ready to chop their hairs off just like everybody else.
You see a lot of mentorship and sort of passing the baton sort of going on there with your group, because you've got some veterans who have been here before and also some younger athletes who are going to be there for the first time.
Yes, and it's good too, because I think by especially with the JAV group having some good javelin throwers in the past, they know that the legacy of the JAVU program is something they want to uphold. So they want to just not only really have their name attached to it, but hopefully future javelin throwers that come into the program, men and women, just to come, so we continue the legacy. So I think they're ready to continue to just to throw far, do what they have to do to make that happen. And then along with the shot putters and discus throwers as well. So just opening doors for other venues to get to nationals.